Shalom. This is the brother Samat coming to you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemi Awashai, where all praises, honor, and glory are due, and double honors to the elders and apostles, and peace, blessing to your brothers doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom to the elect. All right, so I'm coming with a quick lesson, man. I was just kind of going through end time headlines a little bit, looking at some articles, and as you know, with the tensions going between, Palestine, Israel, different things, we're starting to see a lot of protests, and we're starting to see a lot of uprising. And the thing about it is, these elites are laughing at the people because they think that protesting is going to do anything. But now, this is the thing, it's the caveat. All these things are going to lead up into the sedition that's going to come in America, when Jacob's trouble arises, because these people are getting themselves stirred up to fight, ultimately to stand up against the government, But for what we can see right now, right, it's just, people fighting over, really coming at Esau, right? Because look, over 300K pro-Palestinian protests flood D.C., paint White House fence, scream F Joe Biden. You know what I mean? Hey, look, keep going down. Pro-Palestinian protesters worldwide, and this is just the latest news. Pro-Palestinian protesters worldwide call for Israel's elimination. You can go in and read a little bit of these articles. Iranian group recruiting suicide bombers willing to strike targets in Israel. Yo, man, these people are not playing with these FJs, man. They're not playing with it, and it's being very evident that America is the bitches to Israel. The American people are starting to get fed up because of the way the economy is going. People cannot afford to live off of one salary, so people are working 2, sometimes 3 jobs. 60 hours minimum a week, and 60 to 80 hours a week just to make ends meet, just to be able to have an apartment, someplace to live, have a transportation, a car, something at least reliable. You don't want to drive a hoopty, but something reliable, be able to buy food and be able to, still have certain pleasures that, people desire to have. But for the most part, 95% of their money, if not all of it, is going towards just paying bills just to sustain. And people still are working this much and still have to live with roommates, man. So keep going. Jewish woman stabbed in stomach at her home in Lyon as police find swastika painted on her door. Obama, I don't even know why he's still relevant. Obama calls for Israel to end their occupation, wants state for Palestinians. NASA telescope reveals. I'm kind of going off topic. I'm saying. Look, tipping point. Hate on parade. Look, death to Israel. Calls for violence against Rock, D.C. amid massive pro-Palestinian protest. Death to Israel. And it just keeps going on. It keeps going. Look, pro-Palestinian protesters in California block U.S. government ship. Joe Biden, you can't hide. Yeah, and amongst many other things going on, Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, deposit system go down. But the point being, right, these pro-Palestinian protests, and I think I brought up some right here. So this was the article, pro-Palestinian protesters. Look, they got painted on the walls. It looks like it's blood. Of course, it's not blood, but putting handprints to make it look like it's blood, man. Basically, symbolizing that there's blood on your hands, man. America, there's a lot of blood on your hands, not just for what's happening over in Israel, but really the whole way that your land was brought up through violence and deceit. Hey, and the scriptures say that woe unto them that have riches gotten by deceit. Riches gotten by deceit, Woe of him that buildeth a town with blood and iniquity, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so there's a mass judgment coming upon this place, really specifically going into Esau, Edom, his descendants, the FJs, Amalek being a head tribe of Esau, all right, the head of Esau. So they're the head of Esau, and they really are the ones that run the world, behind closed doors, the elites. And America is a puppet, all right? So you can go in here and you can see what's going on, man. Death to Israel graffiti, saying they want to eliminate them. Let's grab some scriptures. This is Isaiah 47:2. It says, take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. It says, the verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. And that's what's happening. The nakedness is being uncovered, which that symbolizes basically you're being shown for what you are. All right. Your shame is covering you. All of your wicked deeds are being exposed. All right. And you're an open book now. All right. You're like a naked woman. You're like a naked woman with no hair. You have no covering. All right. You're just fully exposed for everyone to see you for what you are, for what you are. You got bitches out here that wear girdles and these little bodysuits that tuck all they fat and rolls in, makeup on, weaving, nails on. You know what I mean? And these body contouring clothes to make it seem like they look like something that they're not. But this is what's happening to Esau. You take all that shit off. Take the wig off. Take the nails, the lashes, the eyebrows, the lipstick, the makeup, the earrings. You take off the butt pads, man. Hey, listen. You become exposed for what you really are. All right, and it's a fraud, and it's a demon, and that's what's happening with Esau. All right, and his head tribe, Amalek, the FJs, they're starting to be shown for what they are, because here it is. They've pushed this agenda and propaganda of anti-Semitism and hate on the Jews and all these different things when nobody was even worried about y'all. But now, fast forward to today, y'all wicked actions and the truth about who you really are is starting to be exposed. And everybody now knows that you people are frauds, and that you're not really the children of the Most High. You're not these holy people. You're really just demons, man. And that's why everybody is against you now. And they're not against you because you're an oppressed people, because you're ostracized or persecuted. No, they're against you because you're wicked. And that's wickedness is being shown through what? Ultimately, the internet, all right, by way of the unicorn. All right, wisdom and knowledge shall increase. All right, in these last days, not only just for the elect, but all people. All people are starting to wake up to the truth about who these Amalekites are, and the atrocities that they have pushed on the earth. All right, and that's why you all are starting to be looked down upon, and everybody's calling for the destruction and elimination of you people, because it's going to be what? For the betterment of the world. Not knowing that, but these heathen don't know that ultimately what's going to happen is that the true Israelites, the true Jews, right, which are the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and all the Israelites scattered to the four corners of the earth, they don't know that we are going to inherit that power seat. All right, we are the true children. Most people, a lot of nations know who the true Jews are, except the true Jews. And shout out to the brother Akana, because he just put a lesson up like that earlier today. Everybody knows who the Israelites really are, specifically going into, the elites. But a good portion of, regular people actually know who the true Israelites are. That information, that knowledge is really starting to be pushed out in the earth. And that's why Yahweh Shah said that when this gospel shall be preached in the four corners of the earth, then shall the end come. And that's what we're seeing. We're starting to see the end of this age. Like I just did a lesson on this yesterday, the end of an age. So we're starting to see the downfall of America and the downfall of the Amalek. And with the downfall of them is going to usher in the kingdom of heaven, all right, which is the world of Israel, the world of Jacob, the world of the Israelites in their full glory under the tutelage of Yahweh Shai. That's why he says, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man, because Yahweh Shai is not coming back as a man. He's coming back as a God. He's coming back with his angelic force. All right, just keep it simple. He's coming back as a God, as a power. All right, Alahayim. He's coming back with the angels, and then he's going to raise up men on earth that are ultimately of the 144,000. He's going to raise them up to what? To help him essentially cast Esau down and put the heathen in subjection. Because we're going to take Esau and Amalek. They're going to be the chief. They're going to be the elites of them are going to be the chief slaves in the kingdom. They're going to be the first fruits of slaves in the kingdom of heaven. And then the hopeful elect ultimately the elect are going to be the first fruits of rulers and judges in the kingdom of heaven. So we're going to take them. All right, we're going to bring them, round them up, and we're going to put them in captivity, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. For what? For all the wickedness that they have done in the earth. For all the iniquity and indignation that was brought up against them. That's why they're going to go into captivity, pursuing Obadiah, and they're going to be in captivity. And then they're going to be what? They're going to be utterly destroyed, utterly wasted. There shall be no more remaining out of the house of Esau. All right. And that's going to ultimately be for the betterment of the earth, because that spirit that is lifted up, as the scriptures say, is not upright in them, And it says that even in the land, if they be in a land of righteousness, they shall deal unjustly, man. So even in the kingdom, Esau would find a way to deal unjustly with the people and plot, world domination and destruction. That's just in their nature. It's in the nature of Esau Edom, is how he was created, what he was created for. So therefore, the Most High will allow them. They'll go into captivity for 1,000 years or so, and that's going to be for their shame, and that's going to be a punishment for them, right? But it also is going to be for the glory and the enjoyment of the Israelites, that we get to what? We get to get our get back, because we were enslaved to them for what? About 4 going on 500 years. And that's why the Most High said, render unto them double, because now we're going to have them in slavery for about 1,000 years. And then we're going to cast them away. And then we're just going, we're going to rule the earth. The heathen are going to follow our customs and cultures, and they're going to give tribute unto us, and they're going to serve us, and they're going to be happy to do so. All right. And then in them serving us, the world and the earth is going to be made whole. And even then, what? The prophecy in Genesis where through Abraham's seed shall bless the nations, specifically going into Israel. But even amongst the heathen nations, they're going to be rejoiced and they're going to be blessed, because what? The world is given into a righteous ruler. So there's going to be a righteous way of life. There's not going to be oppression and tribulation and pestilence and wickedness. There's not going to be none of that, man. It's going to be peace on earth. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right, because what I said in the beginning, and towards the beginning of this lesson, that there's going to be sedition among the people, right? And we read through the articles that what? There's pro-Palestinian protests, all right, and anti-Israel protests, anti-FJ, all right. They're these people are rising up, and this tension is only going to increase, because right now the protests are, for the most part, non-violent, all right, contrary to what the words say and what the message is. But we haven't really seen like true violence. But it's going to come a time very soon where it's going to be a purge like violence out here. All right, that's Jacob's trouble. And there's going to be, like it says, sedition. And when you go into sedition, all right, it means to basically rise up against the powers that be. All right, so you're rising up against the government. You're rising up against the police are rising up against the military, all these different things. That's why it says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, right? And the course of their action shall stand in their power, because the people ultimately have the power. That's why the government works so hard and the elites work so hard to keep the people docile, to keep the people entertained, to keep the people flooded with dopamine and pleasure, because that's what's going to keep them docile. That's what's going to keep them slaves. All right, it's going to keep them from not critically thinking. That's why the school system and the prison system is so important to these elites, because it's what keeps their citizens slaves. It keeps them in order. All right, it keeps them in the matrix, if you will. But when you come to know true knowledge, which ultimately is of the scriptures, is the basis and the foundation of knowledge of all things. And then you expound upon that, of course. But the scriptures is the foundation of knowledge of the beginning, the present, and the future. And all the dark, I don't want to say dark, but all the mysteries and sayings and things in between. When you come to know this knowledge, you shall be made free from all of this. We become free and we become an enemy. All right. But on the other side of the token, coming into this knowledge and putting on as the spirit of the scriptures, or the Holy Spirit, was essentially going to get you delivered and get you eternal glory. All right. So when this time comes, these protests and these people are going to really rise up to overthrow this government. But it's all through the blessing of the Lord, that He wants to destroy the system from the inside out. So first, America is going to pretty much decay from the inside, and then it's going to be finished off from the outside with the ICBM nuclear missiles. And that's just the way it's going to go. All right. And this is happening now, right? Revelation 17-16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon a beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. All right. All America's allies, NATO, all right, countries on the UN, going into BRICS, and all those different nations, and the enemies, are those that are opposed to America, are all going to come in together. All right. They're going to make that tumult together, if you will. Not really a tumult, but it's going to be a mutual understanding. Like, okay, in order for us to do what we got to do, we need to get them the fuck out of here. We need to wipe America and Israel out, because America and Israel are two peas of a pod, and parts of Europe as well. But specifically going into Israel and America, because, in like going back to the sedition, right? The people, they see how America meddles in every other country's affairs and donates money to Israel, Ukraine, and all these different countries, hundreds of millions of dollars, equaling up to billions of dollars. But you don't even fix the own crisis in your own country, man. And that's what's going to cause the people to really get fed up, because people are getting fed up now. And your everyday average working people are starting to realize the world for what it is, man. And it's beautiful, because it's really making prophecy scream. Like, we're really at the end. Like, we're really at the end, Akim. Yo, we're at the end. Yo, we're so close to getting the kingdom that it's so beautiful that it makes my spirit smile, man. Everything that all the sacrifices we made, all the labor and work that we put in, we're getting ready to see the fruits of that labor, man. So all you have to do is keep enduring, because this time is coming very soon. All right. The nations are turning their backs against America. Everyone's starting to realize that in order for them to thrive, America has to go. But little do they know that our power is sending His Son, all right, which is our big brother, our Lord, all right, our Savior, to deliver us out of the hand of Esau and the heathen. All right. And He's going to wage war and put them in subjection and give them to us as an inheritance. So Lord willing, this video was edifying.